We're live now. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this live show.
Woohoo!
We have been having so many difficulties, just like last time. But yeah, welcome to the live show for Everything by Nicola Yoon. My name's Ebani. You're on my channel, Butterflies on My Bookshelf, and my co-host.
I'm Anne from Irish Book Nerd, and my camera is not working. Give me 2 seconds.
We always just have many difficulties.
Yeah, we are, and we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I hope so, because this just gives me a lot of anxiety. I can't.
Yeah.
And is it your internet connection that's the issue?
I just need to change my camera battery, so I think that will be a bit better if I just do that.
Okay.
But we can start, so I'll pop back in once I get this sorted.
Okay, you want me to start then?
Yeah, we can start.
Okay. So if you guys didn't know, I would hope you know because you're here. For November, we read Everything by Nicola Yoon. So today we're going to discuss that a little bit. And we'll start with non-spoiler thoughts, and then we'll move into spoilery thoughts. That way, if you haven't read the book, you still have a chance to listen to a bit of what we have to say, but then you can go and read it and then come back and watch the live show if you would like. So starting with non-spoilers, I really enjoyed this book. I think I gave it 4 stars.
Me
too. Did you like it? You liked it?
Yeah, I did. I gave it 4 stars as well.
Okay. Have you seen the movie? Because I've actually seen the movie before I read the book. So
me too.
Okay. So I knew
I saw the movie a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I knew the big plot twist at the end before it actually happened, so it wasn't there wasn't that big surprise moment. Yeah. But it was still enjoyable.
100%.
Yeah, I've also read The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and I actually didn't like that book that much.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do,
really?
but
I love that one. I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, a lot of people like that book. It's just an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
But I liked this one a lot more, which is good because I was concerned that I wouldn't like it because I didn't like the other one. But
yeah, because you did say when this one won the vote that you're like, oh, I didn't like the other one. But this was her debut novel, so that was really interesting. To see that you liked her debut better than her second book, which is The Sun Is Also a Star.
Okay. Got my phone. Yeah. I'm really glad that Hi, you're back.
Hi. Technical difficulties as usual.
Yes. Is it a live stream if there aren't technical difficulties? No.
I don't think so. For us anyway.
Okay, so we should actually talk about specific details. How did you How did you feel overall?
I did enjoy the story. I really liked the characters. I think it was very character-driven story. Obviously, the plot wasn't much to it. Maddie was stuck at home. She meets a boy. Love that sort of thing. I did enjoy it. I really liked the mixed media of it all. I felt it was we were following Maddie's diary, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, all in all, I did have a really good time reading it. But because I knew the plot at the end, the plot twist, I wouldn't have given it 5 stars because I already knew what that was.
Yeah, same here. Honestly, I didn't get the whole multimedia aspect of it because I was reading an audiobook. I figured I knew at points they were emailing and stuff.
Yeah.
But it just you lose something when you're doing an audio. So for me that part didn't stick out in any way. But yeah, I don't know. I feel I want to say I'm kind of Indifferent. I don't know, because I already knew everything that was gonna happen, there really wasn't much to add to what I already knew. I don't. As far as characterization, I don't think the book. I think the movie did a good job of representing the book, and I think that reading the book didn't really add anything to my experience of the story. If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Like normally if you watch the movie, you're like, oh, they missed this bit, like this didn't happen in the book. The movie was very, very like the same as the book. Like every chapter was sort of a scene in the movie, which I thought was really interesting. It was a really good adaptation. But yeah, the book didn't really add anything, like any more character development or any like different plot points. It was very, very similar to the movie.
Yeah, so this one is definitely a book where I would say read the book before you watch the movie, because sometimes it doesn't matter what order you do it in, but I think you would definitely want to do it with then movie for this one specifically. Yeah, I think the only thing that the book did better than the movie was the nurse's character. I literally just read this book like 2 days ago and I already forgot their names. What was her name? The nurse.
Carla.
Carla, yeah, that's it.
Her name is Carla, yeah.
I think in the movie, I don't even remember her from the movie, basically. So I think that in the book, she's such a prevalent person.
No, neither.
Yeah, she's such a big person in Maddie's life that that adds to it. You understand.
Yeah, like
Maddie's situation better. She's so important to Maddie, basically.
Yeah. Carla's there all the time, takes care of her like 27, and you can just see the relationship really it's really strong there. Whereas with Maddie and her mum, they have the evenings together. Her mum isn't there actually taking care of her because she's so sick. Her mum's off working. And yeah, Carla she was one of my favorite characters in this book because she just really loved Maddie and really took care of her. And even she did things that maybe she shouldn't have. But she did it for Maddie's happiness and sake, to kind of give that little bit more of a life than she never really had.
Yeah, exactly. And I really liked the part when, I guess this is kind of a spoiler. Never mind, I won't get into it. Oh, wait. Don't spoil anybody. How did you feel?
But yeah, I really like the characters.
What's the boy's name? I'm so bad at names.
Ollie.
Yeah, that's it.
Ollie. Yeah. I think he was a pretty cool character. He was very, kind of bad boy, sort of stereotypical YA kind of bad boy. He was a troubled sort of life and things like that. I really, really enjoyed him. I think that he was really protective of Manny, and I just thought that their relationship was quite cute. And he did have his difficulties himself, and I just really liked the way he kind of didn't let that affect him or Maddie, and just kind of was like, fine, don't worry, I'm good, we're good, sort of thing, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, he didn't look down on Maddie for her disease.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really liked that about him. He just acted like she was a normal person, even though she definitely had some different stuff.
Yeah. Whereas sometimes you never get that. Yeah. And he never looked at her with sympathy or anything. He just was like, oh yeah, she's stuck at home, she's sick, what can you do? He never pitied her.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually really liked him. I think he was probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
How did you feel about her mom? But even before the big plot twist, how did you feel about her?
Yeah, I wasn't really fussed because we didn't really meet a lot of her mum. Just when she was there in the evenings, I felt like there was something there. You kind of knew there was something going on. But yeah, if I didn't know the plot twist, I probably have seen it. But I just felt like her mum was just went about it in a completely wrong way. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of indifferent to her. I didn't really grow to know her at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel the same way. I did like, because like you said, you don't really see a lot of her mom, especially because her mom's at work all day. But I did like the scenes where Maddie and her mom would play like phonetic Scrabble, and they played another game, the Pictionary,
Yeah.
but it was like with weird rules or something because there was only two of them. Yeah, I really liked those like mother-daughter scenes. I
Yeah.
think it really built up their relationship. So then when the plot twist thing hits, you're like, oh man, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was kind of indifferent to her because you didn't really see her at all, but those scenes were really sweet and kind of definitely kind of threw you for a loop towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Um, I'm trying to think of like anything else to discuss, but I feel like this book, for the most part, is pretty slow until those things happen, and I would count those as spoilers, so I don't want to like get into it because
Yeah.
So I guess, do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
any thoughts before we get into spoilers? Because I feel like there's a lot to discuss that is considered spoilery.
I don't think so. I think I'm good to go into the spoilers.
Okay, so don't stick around if you haven't read the book. If you don't want to be spoiled, click off and come back after you do read the book, and then you can discuss with us. Okay, hopefully they're gone if they don't want to be spoiled. Okay. How did you feel about finding out that she's not actually sick? I
Again, I seen the movie, so
Mhm.
it's hard. Like it's so like what the fuck? Even though I've seen hits me like how can a mom do that to her child? And I
Mhm.
understand it's a mental illness and it's like people do suffer, but I can't affirm it, so I can't get into the mindset of understanding what that is. And it's mind blowing how
Oh, you cut off after mind blowing, so I don't know what you said.
I just said that it's my people and how that actually does happen in real
Yeah.
life.
Mhm. Yeah, I want to be angry at her mom because like you literally took away her whole life, but also like I kind of understand her mom's like fear of losing Maddie, and like after losing her husband and her son, like I understand why
Yeah.
she did it, but I mean it wasn't right,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
No.
understand.
Like you do feel for the mom and you, and like she never dealt with her grief. She never went to a therapist and kind of learned how to deal with it. She just wrapped Maddie in this bubble, like a
Mhm.
literal bubble, and wouldn't let her leave and pretended that she was sick to keep her
Yeah.
safe. And it's just like you really do feel bad for the mom.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Although, like, I don't fault um Maddie for wanting to break free, you know? Like
No.
even before
Yeah,
she
not at
wasn't sick.
all.
Mhm. Yeah. I think that the part after she
Yeah.
breaks out of the house for the first time and then her mom's like, "What were you doing? It was so close." And then she like her mom and they like fires what was her name again? Instead of K.
Carla.
Carla. I wanted to say Karen, but that wasn't right. But she fires Carla and then is like, you can never speak to this boy again, and like grounds her from like the emails and whatnot. And it's like, girl, let her live just a little bit, you know, like she's trapped in this house. She needs socialization. Also, one thing about this book, it like I relate so much because you know the global pandemic and having to be at like locked down in your house and you can't really like go anywhere or see people. Like I relate so much. So when I was reading this, I'm like, girl, me too.
Yeah. Like, I did really find it interesting, though, because, like, at the start, Maddie was, like, fine with being at home and she was kind of dealing with it. But then as you see, like, she meets Ollie and things start to develop, and it's like, no, I don't want this to be my life. Even if I risking it all, I want to do it. Like, she's making that decision for herself, not making that decision. Like, Maddie turns 18 in this book and she has no rights, which I thought was really interesting, and I really enjoyed seeing her like kind of take her life into her own hands.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I loved that she decided to go to Hawaii. I don't know, like that's just a great place.
Yeah, that was so cute.
Yeah, I've never been there, but I feel like it's really beautiful.
Yeah, Hawaii is like one of my like top kind of destinations to go to.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. How did you feel about her lying to Ollie? Because she's like, "Oh, I got pills that are supposed to protect me," and like she didn't actually have pills. Like, how did you? I don't know. I was like, "Why are you lying?" Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a bit like I was kind of like, oh, should you actually do that? Because yeah, I felt kind of I didn't really like the way she did that. I thought that it was kind of selfish that because they're both still quite young and on medical training and doesn't really know what to do if anything did happen. So I felt like she could have kind of probably convinced him if she sat down with him and said, look, I don't want to stay at home, be sick all the time. I want to go out and live my life. I'm in love with you. I want to go and do something, even if it does put me at risk. I felt like that would have been a better scene, and she could actually sit and talk to him and explain her disease and kind of, because we never really knew what her disease was. We just knew that everything could make her sick. So I felt that could have been a bit more fleshed out, more where she could actually sit down and explain it and explain to Ollie, like, this is what could happen to me if I get sick. So he was be a bit more aware.
Yeah, I mean, like, they do tell us that she supposedly has SCID, but, like, I don't know about you, but I don't know what that is, and I'm not gonna do, like, research. So, yeah, like, all I really know is that she can literally get sick from, like, anything.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What happened?
It's good. It just turns off randomly. It's all good.
Okay, good. But yeah, I think that definitely it could have been a better scene if like we'd had that moment of her being just like openly raw and vulnerable with Ollie, like where she just explains like, hey, this I know that I could die, but I can't live in a bubble anymore. And I feel like that would have been a very emotional scene, and I think it would have had a better impact than her just straight out lying, being like, oh, it's fine, I have pills, you know?
I got pills offline, and how dangerous can you be?
Yeah. And it was so like, I don't know, like honestly, if I was Ollie, I wouldn't believe her. I'm like, oh, sure, you got pills. Like just randomly, there's pills now for that, and I didn't know about it. Like I would call her out on that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and it was like his friend in Hawaii knew like straight away. He's like, you didn't get pills offline, did you? And she's like, no, don't tell him. And he's like, cool, I'm not gonna tell him that you could die like right here, right now. And I was like,
yeah. Well, I wonder also that it might have been like a sort of believing on Ollie's part. Like, he wanted to believe that she had pills and she could be semi-normal for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, even though maybe, like, his gut told him,
Yeah.
like, hey, he doesn't have pills, she's lying. Maybe he didn't want to believe that, and so he just went along with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of suspense of disbelief there, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah. What did you think of the nurse when they went to her house after she ran away?
Oh, I thought that was a great scene. And I feel like that really built that was the thing I was gonna say
Me
earlier
too.
about, like, remember how earlier I said that her relationship with Carla, like, it's like the only one that she has besides her relationship with her mom, and like you can really get that out of the book. I think that scene really added to it. The fact that she went to
Yeah.
see her, like, after she got fired and everything, it's like
Yeah.
it really adds to show how important she is to Maddie, and yeah, I really like that scene. Even though, like, she knew that Maddie was
Yeah, and like,
good.
yeah, and yeah, she was like, I know that you're like running away and you're probably gonna get sick, but she was like, do you, like, you've got to go and you've got to live, and you've got to take that risk. And really, really enjoyed seeing that and seeing that Carla knew what she was doing and just let her do it, kind of hinder her like her mom did.
Yeah, definitely. How did you feel about, like, the very end about, cause, like, I get that she's upset with her mom, but also I don't know, like, I think I would forgive my mom. Just, like, it's your mom, you know? Like,
Yeah. I don't know how I feel. I think if it was me, I would leave. Like, I'd be gone. I own space to kind of think about it and kind of have my own time to actually understand that I'm not sick anymore. Like, it's tough, and in a way it's in a form of abuse, and I just feel like I'd be very, very angry. I wouldn't live in the same house. I'd kind of disappear. But yeah, eventually you can rent it my mom, but I kind of understand where she's coming from.
yeah, definitely. I think that I would
Herself,
be angry.
not wanting to talk to her mom, that sort of thing. It makes sense because that's what I would do.
Yeah, I would definitely be angry for a bit, but also I think I would find it in my heart to, like, forgive her, especially with, you know, she has such little family. Like, she doesn't have her dad and she doesn't have her brother. Like, her mom is, like, all she has. Or all that, even if she has other, like, distant family,
Yeah.
she doesn't know her distant family because she's
Yeah.
been trapped in the house for 18 years. So, like, I think that at some point they would be able to, like,
Yeah.
get along. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of would like a sequel to kind of see how that would happen and how she kind of lives her life.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. Like, that seeing, like, the after effects of what her mom did. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. And kind of seeing Ollie's reaction to, like, she wasn't sick this whole time, and how, like, the reason why she actually got sick, and I thought it was kind of disappointing that we didn't get to see that at the end of the book. But I think it would be kind of interesting to see a sequel and kind of follow her kind of going to college and trying to not get sick and do all that sort of stuff because her immune is compromised.
Yeah, that would definitely be fun to read. Yeah, just, like, seeing how she lives her life. Like, even though she doesn't have SCID, she still has such a weakened immune system. She'd still have issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be good. I would like that. I hadn't thought about a sequel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And kind of seeing that whole thing with her mom and kind of, yeah. I'd kind of like to see her resolution with her mom too, like her mom going to therapy, and probably Maddie would have to probably go to therapy, kind of come like, I'm not sick anymore. And I think that'd be really see, and kind of like the theme would be like forgiveness and kind of grief and things like that, which I thought I think would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think that's all of my talking points. Did you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think I'm good. I think we've kind of covered everything that we kind of need to talk about, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
With not too much difficulty.
Yeah, we only had a little bit of issues, so thank goodness, because last time was rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess
it was rough.
it was wild. Okay, so I guess we will talk about next month's book. So the book we're going to be reading for December is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This was Anne's pick, and I literally know nothing about it. Anne, do you know anything about it? Can you give a brief synopsis at all?
This is a sort of memoir of Carmen's life, being in an abusive relationship, and I think it's mainly the house is the abuser in this book. It's sort of like a magical realism sort of book that kind of follows her life being in this abusive relationship. It's supposed to be really, really good and really powerful. Wants to read it for quite a long time. So I think it's going to be an interesting one to discuss.
Yeah, I'm excited. That actually sounds really good.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, make sure you guys read that book for December. We will probably have our live show late December, hopefully before Christmas, because like with the holidays and stuff, it would probably be difficult. So yeah, stay tuned for that date. We will get that out as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I'm working lots during Christmas.
Yeah. Make sure you are following the Paperback Book Club Twitter and Instagram for all of the updates, because that's how we communicate with you guys. The links to those are in the description down below, as well as the link to Anne's channel. We didn't talk about that at the beginning like we usually do. But yeah, make sure you go follow Anne, because the live show will be on her channel, as well as the Twitter and the Instagram. And all those links are down below in the description. So yeah, go follow those to keep updated. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this live show. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will see you next month. Bye.
Bye.